Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Hey, Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com, founder of Team Power Blast. Got a special guest on this call for you today. I did a little interview with a guy named Simon Kurth. Really awesome results. Can't wait to share them with you. And without further ado, let's get right to that recording. Go. Welcome to you, Simon Kurth.
Hi Perry, how you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. Yeah, Simon's actually calling in from New Zealand. No, actually, that's not true. He'll tell a story where he lives, but boy. So, Simon, maybe just kind of give our viewers just kind of where were you at before Beachbody, and what did you come across, and you got some amazing results, and I can't wait to share the link to the video that you've got out there on the journey that you've taken. But why don't I turn it over to you? Just what's your story, man?
Yeah, thanks, Perry. Well, I guess it begins when I was young. I've always been a big kid. I'm Polynesian by descent, Māori, native New Zealand person, and we're not the smallest people in the world. And Polynesians are, we've always been a big race of people. But it all comes down to what food you put in your mouth. And as growing up, I probably didn't make the best choices, and it's just been an ongoing theme with my life of being a big guy and probably a little too big. I've been an athlete for a lot of my life as well, and being big in rugby in New Zealand, which is religion, is kind of a good thing. I played that to my the best of my ability. But what I call myself healthy long term throughout my life, probably not. And it's been an ongoing struggle. And I got to the point, moved over here about 7 years ago. Okay. I met my wife to be in New Zealand. She was an exchange student, and that was in our first video. Kind of showed that link. And
and she was she was an exchange student from the U.S.?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
and fell in love with an American girl, and here I am 12 years later.
Oh, nice.
13, something like that. I'm losing track.
Oh, geez. Don't do that.
And we hit it off. We have children now. And, as soon as the kids came into the picture, the weight just kind of snowballed for me to the point where, it got out of control, probably about 10 pounds a year.
Oh, wow. And
before I knew it, I was 314 pounds.
314? Wow.
Yeah, that was my worst. Just before I started P90X, that was what I maxed out at, and it kind of scared me.
Sure.
So, I know that's not a healthy weight to be at all.
No.
I'm a big guy.
But were there any complications or anything because of the weight, or was it just the number that you looked at and went, oh my gosh? Oh.
No, there were beginning to be complications. This time last year, we sold our home, and we were in escrow on another home. And in the meantime, we were homeless. I was finishing a school year like I was now. And I had a panic attack kind of at school one day where I couldn't breathe properly. And, I finished the day because I didn't want to alarm my kids. But I kind of rushed to the ER straight after school and tried to figure out what was going on.
Okay.
Me being 314 pounds, I thought I was having a heart attack. But it turned out not to be true. I think the stress of the whole situation had got the better of me.
Okay.
But they hooked me up to the machines, the EKG and so forth. And, I was reflecting while in that room, like, how did I get here? What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
And, I've got two young, beautiful children and a beautiful wife, and it's just not the path I wanted to go down. So that was the beginning of my why there.
Right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And you said you're a teacher, right? What do you teach?
Yes, that's correct. 6th grade.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good age. Middle school. That's always a challenging, keeps you on your toes. So
It does.
Yeah. So that was the beginning of your journey, and then what happened next?
Well, from there we we purchased our home, and we first moved in. My wife started watching these infomercials for P90X. Mm-hmm. She's always been a bit of a follower for infomercials. She loves watching them. She doesn't watch a lot of TV. She's very active, but she has this, love for late night infomercials. Okay. So she got watching the P90X infomercial, and then she got me looking. I go, oh yeah, looks okay. And then we started talking about it seriously, and thought, well, you know what, this isn't, aerobics or anything. This looks like something that I'd like to do, being an ex-rugby player, challenge factor in it. But I wasn't sure if I could do it at 314 pounds. I didn't know if that I could even do it. Right. But we purchased it for her birthday. July 2nd is her birthday.
Okay.
Phew, got that right. And we started August 1st.
August 1st of when? 2011?
Of last year. I'm coming up on my anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay, not even a year we're talking about this. Okay.
Yes, 65 pounds. But
nice. 65 pounds since then. Okay. Awesome, awesome. So you purchased that, and the box arrives. I mean, most people, I don't know if it's like me, you are kind of intimidated by what you're about ready to go through, but you obviously pushed through it, huh?
I was totally intimidated by it at first. We did the fit test, and to tell you the truth, I didn't pass everything. I didn't pass the pull-up section, but there's no surprise there at 314 pounds. Mm-hmm. There was parts of it that were tough. I did some research, though. When I do enter into doing something, I kind of want to research and do it properly.
Right.
So I read a bunch of information. I looked at successful people's websites, and I hunted out the information to be able to be successful. The nutrition aspect was probably the most scary part. Mm-hmm. And to tell you the truth, I floundered around for the first month until I found Sean, my coach.
Okay.
And he brought it all together for me. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sean, was definitely
Sean Muth is your coach, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Rockstar guy.
Yeah, very good man, and I'm so blessed to have him as my coach.
Oh, no doubt, and he definitely knows his nutrition and stuff like that. So it's a great person to be able to connect with.
Totally, and So to break it down, the exercise was very challenging. I was intimidated by it for sure, and the nutrition was, a complete shift for me. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I was a junk food aholic, if that's a word. I would eat McDonald's, for breakfast, and it's embarrassing to say this, tell you the truth, but I'd get, Carl's Jr. for lunch, and I was slowly killing myself, actually pretty quickly. Yeah. So, it wasn't a complete change straight away, but it was pretty much, a 75% change in my diet straight away, and it was a shock to the system for sure.
Yeah.
But
you brought up something. I mean, you said it was embarrassing to do that, but I don't think that's uncommon, and I think a lot of people do. Will go to McDonald's for breakfast or whatever, or get a burrito through Taco Bell at night. Even late at night, get pizza delivered in the evening.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure at the time it doesn't seem embarrassing to you.
No.
It's like, oh, it's just good food. I love eating it. It tastes great and everything like that. But, hindsight, I guess, of what it's
completely.
done.
Yeah. No, it's just, this program hasn't just been an exercise program. It's just changed my whole way of living.
Okay.
And I know that sounds a little cheesy maybe, but it's really true. It's not just a program for me. It really has changed my life. My wife has done it as well, and changed her eating habits, and even the habits of our children have changed.
Yeah.
After this, my son has a word in his vocab now: healthy smoothie.
Oh, nice.
He wants it every morning. Greek yogurt and berries, and he loves it. It's the fact that he uses words like protein now and so forth. He's 5. I'm really proud of him.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I was going to say, how old is this this little mini Tony Horton?
I know.
Oh, that's so cool.
5 years old, and he's loving it.
Yeah. You nailed it on the head. I think that happened for me. I know it's happened for thousands of people, particularly with P90X, but a lot of the other Beachbody programs, where it's not just the workout that you're doing, and it's not just the muscle confusion stuff. It's the whole package. As a matter of fact, a good chunk of it, with the results and with everything, that if you're going to succeed and be healthy is the eating part. And but all of the other things, I mean, how, aside from your fitness being, losing 65 pounds, and aside from really being able to conquer now how many times? 3 times P90X?
Yeah, 3 consecutive rounds now.
3 rounds P90X. And even aside from changing your eating habits, how has this benefited you and your family and what you do day to day and things like that? Because that's the true lifestyle that
massively. The amount of energy that I have has gone up tremendously. I can go out and play with my kids now instead of coming home from work and being exhausted and laying on a couch and pretending to play with them. Just being actively engaged with my children is that's invaluable. Then my relationship with my wife is improved. Just we're both fitter than we've ever been now, and it's amazing. And it's just that my children see healthier us. And at the end of my video, without not trying to plug it too much here, but there's a part
we're gonna plug it
where my son, he drew a picture of mummy and daddy with dumbbells. And he gave that to me. And mummy's always bigger than daddy in a picture, obviously. But the way he portrays us and sees us now is a mum and dad who work out.
Yeah.
And I want my son to see that growing up so that he can develop good, healthy habits as well, balanced habits. It's also increased, my love for surfing, which is, I can't even explain that. Beforehand, I got to the point at 314 where I was sinking more than surfing, and it was embarrassing. I couldn't do what I used to be able to do out there. And now I'm flying through the water like I haven't since I was 22, 23. I'm 36 now. I'm feeling fantastic. So, I don't do P90X just for P90X. I do it to improve what I love doing. And it's, I'm fully hooked.
That's it. You constantly get better, and then all of the other possibilities open up. A good chunk of people that I've worked with or I've seen that get results, for whatever reason, they put these benchmarks of I now want to run a marathon. What things that seemed impossible that you would never even consider. The possibles there, and you bring up surfing. It's something that you once did, and that's just awesome. That some people go rock climbing, some people do just amazing, mountain biking. They get out, start doing running. So that's really awesome that you're able to do that. Now, have you gotten video footage and get one of those little GoPro cams on your head and go?
I haven't got the GoPro. I might get one of those for fun. Yeah, more because I got my son on the board now. He's 5 and he just stood up the first time the other day. So
nice.
You got to record those moments. I don't know if you've noticed. Everything comes back to family with me. It's my everything. We took some footage. I think it's in a couple of our clips, just a little bit of the surfing there, just to show people, what P90X can do to help, your passion. So.
Right, and you certainly have influenced a lot of people, I'm sure. Staff that you work with in teaching or administration, your kids probably notice. They maybe didn't notice, a major, sixth graders probably would notice, dang, Mr. Kurth, you've got some guns.
I'll jump in there with you, Perry. It's they've been part of my journey. It's, this class that's graduating tomorrow, actually.
Oh, okay.
They were there first day when I began, and they've seen me all the way through. And I've definitely tried to instill in them, the love for healthy eating. Most years I've had parties with potato chips, soda and everything. This year I had a smoothie party.
Oh, nice.
And there were no complaints. They loved it. It's just been a complete shift of our mindset for me. And it has rubbed off on my students as well.
It has to. Yeah, I forgot that you would have just the entire school year would have began and culminated with your P90X journey. Mm-hmm. They're the X kids. They're the bring it kids. That's what they are.
Nice. I showed them my video. They couldn't really see my progress because seeing me every day, it's hard to tell. But when I showed them that video, they were blown away. They loved it. They were up clapping and cheering at the end. I loved it. It was a bit embarrassing to show them that, but I don't know, just a humble New Zealander I am. But it was really good.
putting your story out there is always humbling because you're like, who's going to see it? It's like if you impact somebody that you don't know, that's okay. But when the family sees it, when, neighbors, it's like, oh, well, it kind of brings you a little humble type of thing. But now so after you got your results, somewhere along the way, you decided that you were going to start inspiring other people or helping other people.
Yeah. It's at the end of my first round, my coach, Sean, approached me and, he noticed that I was taking a leadership role in our challenge group. Just kind of happened naturally. I'm a supportive guy. I'm a teacher by trade. I'm a supportive person, so I was doing it already. So he asked me, would you like to become a coach? And firstly, it made sense because it gave me a discount on my Shakeology, right. And secondly, I just love helping people, and it's becoming a growing passion of mine.
So. That's just rocking, and so glad to have you a part of Team Beachbody and being able to and appreciate you coming on here today to share this amazing journey. Your video absolutely rocks. Needs to be showcased. All along this podcast, I've been showing what the link is to that YouTube video.
Thank you.
I might make a little shorter version of, so it's not YouTube / bunch of garbly letters, but I'll share all that. So what's next? What's next for you?
Yeah, we just started P90X too. So we're up and running with that. So it's going well. So we're just flying into that. Phase 1, and it's like I'm beginning all over again. Oh my gosh.
That one is
it's
totally
but
different. It's totally different. What I love about that program is every single phase totally different than, it's not like you're repeating certain workouts in each phase. Yeah. So you're going to love it. There's some really rock star workouts in there, and you're ready. I mean, your core is going to be solid, and it's one of the best core workouts I've ever done, so for sure. Well, anyway, Simon, thanks so much for coming on Power Blast and sharing that amazing journey. I'm glad that you actually had your wake up moment. Unfortunately, it happened the way it did, but it wasn't a dire wake up call that was an emergency thing. It was just kind of a little hello moment, and you took action on that. And I think that's a big lesson that many people can learn out there.
Thank you, Perry. Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you for letting me be part of this podcast and joining the fine group of people that you are. I'm very blessed to be with you guys. It's just fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. And it's so fun to be around you and your energy and helping so many people. So, people, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.
Bye.